Hello, folks. Rob Caravino here with the Hitting Academy. I appreciate you guys who are joining us here on our Facebook Live that we've been doing every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 o'clock to 11:30. Trying to bring some different content every time to the Facebook Live, and we appreciate the feedback that we've been getting, and hope everybody is staying safe during the coronavirus time here. I think we're at day 40 something, 6 or something. I think things are looking good. It looks like we're going to be things are starting to open up in different states, and hopefully Florida's right behind that. And I know we've been doing a good job of keeping the numbers in line by people doing the right thing. So hopefully we'll be back at it. We'll be posting. We are looking to get back to work and helping people get ready for the baseball season, whatever that season may look like. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about grip. We're going to talk about how to hold the bat. We got Coach Pete here.
Hey everybody.
We're out here at our field. You can take a look. It's a beautiful day. Take a look at home plate. You'll see you going down to first base, and then you'll see we're going to go here to second, and you can see the base there, and then third, and back home to Coach Pete. So we're going to be talking about some different things today. The first thing we're going to talk about is grip, and then we said base running. We're going to also talk about going from home to first, and how to round the base. Just some pointers guys can people can pick up on. So we'll do base running, talk about home to second, thinking double out of the box, of course, all the time. And then also we're going to have some baseball trivia at the end. The last 5 minutes or so, we'll have some trivia questions, so that we're going to have give away 3 private lessons for when we get back at it. We definitely start with some small group lessons and some private lessons, so get some guys back in there. So we'll give those away at the end. So we'll go over those questions in a little bit. So Coach Pete here, we were talking about grip, and Coach Pete showing, when you grab the bat, there's a couple different ways that people can grab the bat. Sometimes they could come in and hold it like that, and then sometimes they choke it. We started looking at the way that the human body, works. Coach, talk about your wrist there, as far as the best way that wrist is going to work off the bat there. Let go of it.
So if I'm out fishing, I cast my rod like this. If I was playing the drums, I play the drums like that. So it's very important that we've got our knocking knuckles lined up. Take much more back control, number one, and number two, a lot quicker bat head through the zone. When the wrists work like this, you can create a lot more whip than when you've got the axe grip or a different grip where your wrists are going in opposite directions.
Yeah. So you have when you have this position, if you take, this is a drill that we do. It's called pound the plate, and if your wrists are lined up properly, which is that position, as you come down slow motion, you can feel the snap. Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead and give it a hit. Go ahead, pull it up, and that is because his wrists are lined up properly, and both of his wrists are working in the same direction. Now, Coach, if you had where you were choking the bat, you could kind of see where his finger tips are facing him. Go ahead and try to pound the plate there. Doesn't have the same effect. So you have to make sure that your knocking knuckles are lined up, and that you can have that. That's the kind of power that we want to bring to the ball. So make sure you're in that position. So if you take a look, let's come on this side a little bit. Kind of have the bat go that angle and the other bat go that angle. A lot of times, if you don't, if you are in a good position like that, then it gives you, both wrists are going to work towards the ball, and you're going to have, this is where you want to have that leverage position right there. And that happens because that hand, palm up, palm down. Open up your hands, Coach. That's palm up, palm down. Okay, and then hold the bat, and then go palm forward, palm back, which is wrong. We don't want to be in that position, or we don't want to roll this hand up the other way. This hand going this way up, yeah, back towards you. Yep, like that. And that happens a lot of times where that's not a good power position on the bat. So push on my hand, it's not going to be as strong. Okay, so that's why you want to be in that position where you're going to have a lot more leverage, because that palm up, palm down position. So make sure you're getting there. Okay, so lining up your knocking knuckles, that comes from knocking on a door, Coach. So that knock there and the other knock. So those are the knocking knuckles, not the first, the second set of knuckles. Those are what you want to line up on the bat. So you make sure that you have maximum flexibility with your wrist. So, any questions there, Bryce, on the
Sure.
on talking about grip and making sure that you're holding the bat right?
Cheryl Catherine says hi. So,
Okay.
hi to
Everybody,
her.
hello.
Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl.
How's it going, Cheryl? So we also want to make sure the arms stay at 90 degrees when you're in this position. This arm and this arm here making a 90-degree box, and then as you take it, that's going to stay like that. So you keep those knuckles lined up as best you can, and come to the ball and stop, Coach. And that's where you want to have that arm behind the bat. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to base running. You know, a lot of people don't take base running serious. Whenever we had practice, we always ran the bases all the time. Try to get guys, the more you can run the bases, the more comfortable you're going to get around the bags. You're not going to, trip. You're not going to have players that are going to fall. So coaches and players, spend time around the bags, whether you're working on your leadoff or working on hitting the bags. Today, what we're going to talk about is going home to first, getting out of the box. The most important time is the initial time you hit the ball and what kind of position you're in. Coach, if you could show us, sometimes we have hitters that are out of position when they're done swinging. So if you take an off-balance swing, go ahead and take a look at Coach here. You'll see if he takes an off-balance swing and he might end up falling backwards, and then he's got to get going and run to first. That's not going to be as quick as if he is in a good balanced position and can go right through the bag. So if he's down and through it, he's going to get maximum amount of time out of there. So let's talk about on the way to first. You want to make sure that you're not taking a meandering path. Obviously, we know the quickest point, the line is a straight line between 2 points. So you don't want to be running in a position where you're doing this. And I've seen a lot of runners that do that, and then at first they get thrown out by a half a step because they wasted time going left and right. Make sure you're on a beeline path through there. Straight is the best. So as you're coming through the bag, Coach, you want to go ahead and make your way through the bag. Coach is so fast you may not see him get through there. And as we get to the bag, he's right here, Coach. We want to actually, before you get to the bag, about 5 feet from the base, what you want to do is you want to make sure you're kind of accelerating through there, and you're going to hit the front center of the bag as much as you can. Okay? We'll do that again a couple times because we want to make sure we also are getting our chest leaning into the so that the umpire sees you're leaning a little bit, and you can maybe get the edge if it's a bang-bang play. But you want to hit the front center of the bag because the way the bases are shaped, you don't want to have that. You want another thing, Coach. Show me front center, the front of the bag there. You're safest there. If you start stepping on the other side of the bag, you're only making the path longer. So you might as well work on hitting the front part of the bag and then coming through. Now, one thing too, at the point of contact, Coach, you want to show us the point of contact where you're going to look right. Stop at the bag, and you're going to look to the right. Now, the reason he's looking to the right, why are you looking to the right, Coach?
Overthrow. I want to make sure that if the ball goes over the first baseman's head in the dirt or past him, that I can pick that up clearly and make a path towards second base if I think I've got a good chance. If the catcher's not backing him up on the play and nobody's in the position they're supposed to be in, I've got a better opportunity to get to second base.
Yeah, if you wait till it's way over here, then you're going to be too late. You're going to probably get thrown out at second, or your chances are better. So, yeah, we want to look. The other reason I like to look, Coach, is stop at the bag right there. Another reason I like our runners to look is because that's about when the ball's getting there, and they might get hit in the back of the head if there's a chance the first baseman misses the ball. And so at least you get your face out of the way. It's usually about when the ball's getting there. So the other thing is not to drift real far, not to go 15 feet past the bag. You only want to go about 6 or 8 feet past the bag. And Coach, go ahead and show us what you're trying to do before you get there. You're going to widen your base, and you're going to look to the right. You're going to make sure you come through. That's how you're going to slow yourself down, by widening your feet out. So one more time, Coach can stop himself before the bag, even with his speed. And there you go. And break down and look to the right. Make sure that you're not drifting. Make sure that you're not going way out into the outfield. Again, it takes a long time to get there. So let's talk now about doubles out of the box. You know, you're supposed to think double out of the box the minute you hit it. Anything that gets through the infield, anything that gets into the grass should be thinking double out of the box. And that means that the second you hit the ball, you're sprinting like a bear is chasing you, and you are trying to get to second no matter what. Make the ball stop you is what we say. So you're going to come out of the base, and you're going to make a good turn, just enough so that when you're going to second base, you're on a straight line towards second. And when you get here, you're going to have your toe over the inside corner, trying to do that right there, so we got a straight line to second base. Coach, go ahead and start. Go ahead and think double out of the box. Okay. We prefer the outside foot. Coach went with the inside. That's good too. Depends on the Rays taught that the inside foot. So you want to make sure that you're getting out of the box. Go ahead. Now this is the outside foot, and then the ball is going to stop you. If not, you're going into second base. On your way into second base, you want to make sure that you're taking a look at the angle of the throw coming in, and also the positioning of the second baseman. If the second baseman has his back to you, you might be able to slide around him, come in a different position depending on the angle that the ball is coming in, whether it's coming in from right field or from left field. All that matters. So you have to take that into consideration. Yeah, coach is going to hit us a nice double here.
Coach, just make sure you pan from first base to second so you can see the right path.
Gotcha.
And then we're going to do one where we round the bag real wide. We don't get the turn beforehand and get our body in position to take a short path to second base. We're going to go real wide and watch the difference in timing here.
There you go. And that's taking a good path to there, because you want the shortest amount of time to go from home to second base. That's what's going to make you be safe more often. Okay, going to take a wider turn here, Coach. And see how he took a wide turn there and he almost tripped over the net. But that's a turn you don't want to take. That's a wide turn. And that's usually when you get thrown out at second base is when you take a wide turn like that. So you want to make sure that you're not getting that wide of a turn and trying to get a better angle to second base. And when you get to second base, same thing. You're gonna. What helps a lot is to drop that inside shoulder and try to get that toe over the bag and try to get that. If you drop that inside shoulder, it'll take you around the turn here a little bit. Coach, just show from right here. Right here, you get from the inside there. You can try to see that as he leans that inside shoulder down, it's going to help carry his outside shoulder right to the bag and have a better pattern. Okay, Coach, and now let's go to second base. And I'm just going to talk about our secondary lead here. First thing is you want to have your foot on the base until the pitcher is in the rubber and he's ready. And then you're going to be in an athletic position where you're going to start to take off. We're just going to get a heel-to-heel, three-heel lead and he's always going to be in an athletic position, watching the pitcher, staying ready. And then his secondary, what's your secondary going to look like, Coach? 3 big hops, boom, boom. And that's when the ball is going to be crossing the plate. And that's usually about when you want to be landing, is when you get there. So you want to make sure that you have that kind of advantage to get there so you can score on a play, on a base hit. You don't want to be too close to second base. Let's see it again, Coach. Get that primary lead off of the base. And you're going to get wide. Now he comes set, delivers the pitch, 3 big hops, and stop. And that's what you want to do. And that'll get you about 18 feet off of the base. And that's usually about where you want to be on from second. Got to watch that good catcher throwback. We got Matt Nelson came in today. He throws behind a lot of guys at Florida State. A lot of these guys that can catch, you got to be careful. Coach Pete, have you ever been picked off a second base from a backdoor pick?
I think we all have.
Yeah.
We live and we learn.
Yeah.
Never making the same mistake twice, that's for sure.
You got to be aggressive, though, at second. Otherwise, you get thrown out at home. So it's an amazing game how those distances are, you got to get there just in time or they're going to throw you out. So, all right. Go ahead and get your primary lead, secondary lead, good. Good, and go ahead and score. All right. All right, we're going to go to our trivia time now. We did a little bit of base running. We were going to, next week we'll talk about tagging up and some pointers to look at when you're at third base. But the baseball trivia, we have some questions for you today. We're going to give away free lessons, a free private lesson. If you get this right, hopefully you don't cheat. You maybe ask some people in the house if you have to look it up there. Which Major League Baseball team had one of their minor league teams, the Tampa Tarpons, located in here in Tampa from 1958 to 1988? So there was a minor league team here in Tampa. Who remembers what organization it was? Anybody there want to try to guess? Chime in. I see we've got a few people watching. So if you remember who it was, from 1958 to 1988, they were here a long time. I remember as a kid going to watch some of those minor league games over there off of Dale Mabry at Al Lopez Park, which has been knocked down there, and Tampa Stadium, I think, is built there, or Steinbrenner Field maybe. Legends might be the same place. I'll give you a hint. Guys like Pete Rose and Johnny Bench and Ken Griffey Sr. all played their minor league ball there. We got any guesses yet, Coach?
We got one Yankees guess.
No, it is not the Yankees. The Yankees are there now. They came in a little bit after. But this is 1958 to 1988. Players such as Pete Rose. This is for a lesson now. This is big. You want to get this straight. So
We got two more guesses. We got a Cardinals guess and then a Cincinnati Reds guess.
we got a Cardinals guess, and that is no. And the Cincinnati Reds is the right answer. Who is our winner there?
Mike Benedettini.
Mike Benedettini. How you doing, Mike? Yes. Smart man right there. I love watching your posts and everything. Yes, it was the Cincinnati Reds that were here, and it was great to go watch those games. There wasn't many people, but all the great Reds, the Big Red Machine, as we knew it, 1975, Dave Concepcion was at shortstop. Johnny Bench behind the plate, Pete Rose at third, Dan Dreesen. Who else was there? George Foster. Remember him?
Yeah.
He was a player, man. That guy could hit.
He wound up finishing with the Mets, right?
He did play for the Mets, yeah. Might have started with I think he went to the Mets. Yeah. Who else was on that team? That team was unbelievable. Willie Starr, Joe Morgan was the second baseman. He was my favorite. He had the flap. He used to do the flap like that. Joe Morgan. He was phenomenal. He was a good role model to watch. If you could watch Joe Morgan, you would see what real baseball players were like. And Pete Rose, too. Same thing. Guy would go, he'd run to third through glass to get there. So, good role models. And we have those role models today, but those were pretty classic. But yes, it was the Cincinnati Reds. Okay. Who was the Major League pitcher? Question number 2. Again, another private lesson with Coach Pete. Who was the Major League pitcher for the New York Yankees that pitched for 10 years in the big leagues, unfortunately born with one arm? He threw a no-hitter against the Cleveland Indians in 1993. A phenomenal feat. Do we have any guesses?
Not yet. They're thinking. Jeff Messing says, "Tell Rob Jeff Messing is in the house." # next door neighbors.
Oh yeah, Jeff Messing. What's up, buddy? He was my next door neighbor in Bohemia. Crazy story. I grew up in New York on Long Island, out in the suburbs of Bohemia, and the neighbor to my right was the Messings, Jeff Messing and his twin brother Alan Messing, and his other brothers, the whole family, the Messings, the LeBoners lived to the left of us, and then we winded up moving down to Florida, and they both moved here. So, Jeff, how you doing?
We got the answer right. We got a bunch of people chiming in with the right answer.
They looking up.
But the
The
first
first one was Ben Shahanian. Ben.
Jim Abbott.
Yep.
Yeah, Jim Abbott. Just a phenomenal player. Who knows where he played college, Coach?
UCLA, was it?
I'm going to say Michigan.
Oh, yes, it was.
I think it was Michigan.
It was Michigan.
But what he would, by the time he would throw the ball, last week we talked about timing, and we talked about how fast it is, that it's either 0.4 or 0.7, depending on the pitch and how long it takes to go from the pitcher's hand until the batter. That's like faster than a blink. And before you would know it, Jim Abbott would throw the ball and have the glove on his bare hand before the ball was hit. He had one of the best fielding percentages in the league, and he had a lot of attempts because he was a pitcher, got a lot of ground balls, and he would put the glove on one hand, throw with one hand under his arm, grab it, and put it. It was unbelievable video. I'm sure there's a lot of video on YouTube.
Mike says, put my lesson back in the pot for another youngster.
Okay.
So
Well, we'll have Marco here to
yeah.
maybe he'll
Give it a Marco.
come back. Marco was a phenomenal baseball player. Calvary High School about 3 years ago.
State champs.
Marco Benettini, state champs. Once or twice?
I think he was once before when we graduated, but yeah, he got once.
Yeah. Marco played a big role on that team. It was fun to watch everybody. So Jim Abbott, check out some of those videos. It's if you feel bad for yourself, watch that video, because that guy he makes it look really, really simple, and I couldn't imagine doing that. Third question. Mike Trout. This one is A, B, or C, so we're going to give you multiple choice. This kind of gives you a sign of the times. Now, this is pre-corona. This was last year. Mike Trout signed the biggest contract in sports history last year. Was it A, 10 years for $610 million? Was it 12 years for $430 million? Or C, 15 years for $325 million? So 10 years, $610 million, 12 years, $430, or 15, $325 million guaranteed. That is a crazy number. If we have any guesses,
We got a B.
We got a B guess.
we got a B. 12 years for $430 million. Who's that guess from?
Another Ben guess.
Ben got it again.
Ben, you must be Googling this. Yes, Ben is the winner of 2 private lessons for him or his family when we get back open, which is hopefully going to be May 8th or somewhere like that, or sooner. We will let you know either through the Facebook Live, or we'll let you know, via email. But just know that we are keeping the place clean, and we're still ready to go and excited to get back to it. I know there's been a lot of talk of guys wanting to start training and maybe start on doing some teams and playing. So anything that we hear, we'll definitely relay to you. But Coach, you have anything else you want to add for today?
Just to touch on the base running, from a player's perspective, a coach's perspective, I can assure you there's been many games in my career, from the coaching, like I said, perspective, or playing perspective, that I've won and lost. Not me personally, the team has won and lost the game on the base paths. I'm sure you can attest to that, being a coach for as many years as yourself, Coach Rob. But it's such an important aspect of the game, and I think it's the one thing that's overlooked in the Little League and travel ball reigns. And I think that every single practice, there should be at least 5 to 10 minutes of the practice utilized to go over some of these basic base running drills. It's a great way to get conditioning, get the blood flowing in the beginning of practice, get the body loose. But I definitely think that it's something that every coach should take advantage of for the 2 hours they've got on the field is some base running, because I can assure you right now, without a shadow of a doubt, there's going to be games you win on the bases, and there's going to be games that you lose on the base paths. So make sure you put emphasis on that at practice.
Yeah, and that's why, like I said, every practice that I've ever run, we run a cycle. And the cycle consists of running to first, going first to third, going second to home, working on tag-ups. And basically that's what we did today. It took maybe 2 or 3 phases of that, kind of introduced it to you. But definitely, an important part of the game that's overlooked by a lot of coaches. So make sure you invest your time around the bases. I know sometimes you got field space is limited, but you got to figure out a time to get guys comfortable around the bags so they don't trip and they get the most out of them in the shortest amount of time. So I think that's about it for today. We appreciate you guys coming and playing along, and Ben will write down your name for those 2 wins, and Mike, thanks for donating that to another youngster. We'll make sure we put it in the bank. Have a good day.